And people just love it. They love watching me suffer.
The biggest lesson that I've learned in my life, which is that
the number one resource in your life is your...
I have been creating content for the past 3.5 years. I watched almost every single videos of Mr. Beast, Alex Hormozi, Gary Vaynerchuk, Cassie Neistat, Paddy Galloway, and so much more creators talking about success on YouTube. And here's what I have come to realize. There is no one or other way of succeeding on YouTube. But there are a few unignorable steps you have to take to make it faster for yourself. All right, let's get into it.
And people just love it. They love watching me suffer. Whenever Jimmy uploads, you know it's a good day. So it's just like, yeah, I mean, it's just funny.
If you watch any of the interviews with Jimmy, aka Mr. Beast, the most concrete answer he gives to his success on YouTube is, the more I suffer making my videos, the more people are going to love watching it. Now, if you connect this idea with what Jack Conde, CEO of Patreon, always brings up in his conversations, the word passion comes from the Latin word passio, which means to suffer. Natalie Lynn is passionate about her work, which means she suffers a lot making these cool videos. Mr. Beast is passionate about his work. He suffers a lot with his contrasting, counterintuitive content ideas. The more you suffer, the better the videos you make. Now, this somehow becomes autotelic, which is another idea Jack Conde talks about all the time. You have to do something for its own sake, with no external goals attached to it. While Mr. Beast do care about the end goal, he understands that the suffering is what brings the results. He's always striving for the highest suffering, rather trying to optimize something for quick viral wins. If he's not getting enough views, he's not suffering enough. The views you gain or the brand you build long term is direct proportional to how much you suffer in the short term.
So there's there's a teacher and he's got 2 classes that he teaches. And one class, he says, the only assignment for this whole semester is that you come back with a perfect clay pot. That's it. That's the assignment. The other class, he says, your objective is to make the most total quantity of clay pots, and you'll be measured by how many pots you make. And at the end of the quarter, the pots that came from the team that had to just make sheer volume, not only did they make more pots, but the quality of all of their pots was better compared to the teams that only had to make one. And it just underlines the biggest lesson that I've learned in my life, which is that volume negates luck, is that you can try to be lucky and pick the one perfect thing and try and make it, but if you don't want to try and be lucky, you can just do so much fucking work that you will brute force your way to figuring it out. Like if you do 1,000 podcasts, you'll be pretty fucking good at podcasts, right? But if you try to say, okay, you're brand new, and all you have to do is make one perfect podcast. The problem is that you don't have the perspective from which to make a judgment to say what is good, because you have zero data to base anything off of. And so you're basing your idea of a perfect podcast on something that you've literally never done before. And so doing the volume gives you the perspective to then have the best podcast at number 1,000 or 1,001.
I'm going to get a lot of hate for saying this, but I'm going to say it regardless. Quality is a disciplined pursuit of laziness. I make 2 videos a day. If I was supposed to make 1 video a week for better quality, good if I'm a filmmaker or someone who needs a week to produce something from his highest creative potential. But what if my core is scripting my videos and talking to camera, which could be done in 1 day with my highest creative potential? The other 6 days will be spent either editing my videos or copywriting my script, which anyway, I will delegate in the future. There is no significance in decreasing the amount of content you make if the core doesn't improve by taking more time. Alex Hormozi produces 450 pieces of content in a week.
We make 450 pieces of content a week.
He have a team and his core is speaking on camera, which doesn't has to be once a week. If your core is editing or filmmaking, which takes 1 week, fine. But if your core is your ideas and speaking to camera, you're a practitioner. Make more videos.
In a world of Bitcoin and gold and money and fame and all the natural resources that these countries, like we talked about earlier, are fighting over, the number one resource in your life is your perspective.
The most fundamental right of a human being is his right to think and right to speak. And so the most valuable thing you can do for another human being is to share your perspectives. Your perspectives are yours. Nobody can copy it from you. Even if they do, the moment they do, that becomes theirs. Which, by the way, never dilutes your own unique thought. It will still be perceived the same way. Gary Vaynerchuk made an assumption about the future of NFTs, which didn't happen at all. He talked about the future of social media and influencer marketing 15 years ago. You know, the rest is history. Today, he's making predictions about online live shopping. Let's see where that goes. Your perspectives might not be right and might change in the future, but people only use perspectives while having a conversation. If you share your perspective about your subject matter, rather a hack or a trick in your content, when two parties align together and they talk about your subject matter, you will be there in their conversation. If I spend my whole day making videos, the most valuable thing I can share is not the research papers I have seen or some tricks I have used to make something better. Rather, it's the conclusions I have came after, my perspectives. Ali Abdaal blew up on YouTube when he started documenting his ways of managing time and studying as a medical student. If you are not in the entertainment space and you want to be known for a specific topic, being known for your perspective is way more valuable and way more easier than following something that is already working, because you can never outperform original ideas.
Realizing and understanding that there will be always views left on the table. Like, there's not a single video I've worked on in my entire career that we got 100% of the views we could have got. Every single video I've ever worked on, we could have got even more views with something slightly different.
Making high-value videos is different from making high-performing videos. While high values helps you with building trust and sustainability of your business, high-performing helps you with distribution. You can consider high value as the internal work and high-performing as the external work. So far, what I have talked about is the internal part. Sharing your perspective, making more videos, and suffering for it. They are important because they build your brand in the long term. Now, the external part is thinking like a views maximizer. How do you package the same idea in a way that attracts more people? This ensures you're getting the best out of your content, the best out of your perspectives, quantity, and sufferings. Let's say you spend 20 hours learning a topic to make a video about. Having the title as you spend 20 hours learning about it or something counterintuitive that rewards your suffer. Your internal sufferings is supposed to help you with your external work. You just have to think about all the possible ideas of framing a video for more views. Kallawe grew 100,000 subscribers in 5 months. As a practitioner who just talks about content, this is remarkable. He was able to do this because he have done his internal work. There is a strong reason why people subscribed him. He also have done his external work pretty well, which is why he got enough views to start with. The more you suffer, the more you post, the more you share your perspectives, the more you optimize for more people, the more you grow in the long term. So the secret equation to success is there is none. Before I end this video, let me bring up Cassie Neistat, the king, the OG, the everything of YouTube. There is no following what works. There's a random dude on the New York City trying to make good vlogs. Millions of subscribers in a couple of months. The secret is suffer more, post more, share more from your perspectives, and optimize more for more views. And try to connect with your audience. Such a vague advice to end this video, but all I'm saying is just get back to your seat and finish that video without overthinking. Maybe you are burnt out, but most of your problems today will be completely irrelevant when you have a team to help you out. The most important thing is to have your soul in the game. If you have that, just be patient, wait for some time, and find that one signal that will change your life. I hope this helps some of you.